Let's talk.
Giles Brown.
It's that special kind of time in the run-up to... Because what says the run-up to Christmas more than, deciding whether it's too early to put the Christmas decorations up? Should you have... could you have a turrón, those special Spanish pasta sweets that make your mouth go immediately dry, and not only that, but to sort out to get your finances in order, or find out what's happening in the labyrinth that is the Spanish tax system. And I am joined by the boffins today, I think, the tech experts. I'm joined by Rob and Elio. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Elio, good to see you. You see, you've got an incredible, which is good for the tech department, because you remembered me from the golf day, which is years ago.
Yes. I remember you because it was a very funny afternoon.
Yeah.
We were talking about very many things, and I have a good remember from you.
That's always good. And Rob, how are you doing, my friend? Are you looking sort of relaxed as always? You're weathering the storm or whatever?
Yeah, just chilled.
Fine. Right, okay. Well, today, because the Spanish tax system likes to keep us on our toes, and especially with technology, because they are like the kid at Christmas going, right, now we can do this, and now we're going to do this, and now we've got a new gift for all those, just in time for Christmas. And this sounds like it should have been the Roman emperor of the Iberian Peninsula, and his name was Verifactu.
Tatan,
thank you. Verifactu Tatan. So, explain to me, please, my little friends at Spence Clarke, the boffins, what exactly is Verifactu? How do we are pronouncing this today?
You're not actually wrong from the old Roman times. It's amazing how we use Latin words to add gravitas to something, or some mystique, I mean, literally, verifactu means verification. That's what it means.
Okay.
It's that simple.
All those years of my parents sending me to expensive schools to learn Latin have finally paid off in that one instant, and I didn't get it right. Okay.
Exactly.
So what is it then? Come on, tell me.
Well, Verifactu is a new invoicing compliance system created by Spain's tax office, the IED. Its main purpose is to make business invoicing more transparent and reliable. Until now, invoices were recorded in private accounting systems, and sometimes people could change them after they were issued. The tax office doesn't like that.
Right, okay.
So Verifactu is designed to stop that. With this new system, every time you issue an invoice, the information such as the amount, the date, the VAT, is automatically sent to the tax office through approved software. This means that the tax office receives a digital record of the invoice as it's created, which helps prevent errors, fraud, or the so-called later changes.
Right.
It's a big step towards what's being called real-time taxation, where information flows directly between businesses and the tax authorities, keeping everything more accurate and transparent.
Okay, this is interesting. So does this mean that basically the tax office is going to instantly get a copy? There'll be a ping at the tax office, and a copy of your invoice will arrive at the Hacienda?
Not necessarily. It's not the invoice. It's the information included in the invoice, and not all the information of the invoice. It's the date, the amount, the VAT figures, and it's just a direct connection of that information, which will be stored in the tax office for future reviews, and also for the people review. You can access to the tax office website and check what's the other people are issuing to you. So it's try to modernize the Spanish tax system.
So is this going to help avoid misunderstandings? So if you have a dispute with the tax office, I mean, is it like electronic invoicing, for example?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I suppose one perception you can use to help you perceive what this is. Do you remember the phrase electronic office?
Yes.
Or paperless office?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? If you think of it, electronic invoicing in that manner, you're not going to be correct. That's the point here. We sometimes think about the electronic office or paperless office as just being that.
Yeah.
And so when we hear the word electronic invoicing, we think it's as simple as just that. And it's not. It's more than a digital document. The electronic invoice must have a structured format, such as XML, UBL, or Factura-E. Don't worry about the formats, they're just what's available. This format must be readable by computer systems. So to issue a sales invoice in this specific format will be mandatory by 2027, after the approval of new laws.
Okay.
So with Verifactu, your invoicing software communicates directly with the tax office in real time. It also adds new elements to each invoice, like a special code and a QR symbol, to confirm that the document is genuine and hasn't been changed. So while electronic invoicing focuses on the format of the document, Verifactu focuses on the connection between your system and the tax office, ensuring that everything you issue is authentic, traceable, and compliant with the law.
Okay, you said 2027. So when is Verifactu, when is it going to start to be used?
It will be introduced in two phases. One is from the 1st January 2026. It will be mandatory for companies, small or big companies. From 1st July 2026, it will also apply to self-employed people. So the self-employed will have around 6 months to start to looking for a proper invoice system that complies with Verifactu.
Okay, I mean, that means small businesses are going to have, I mean, it's a pretty small time to sort of prepare, isn't it? I mean, that can be, so autonomous, I've got to the 1st of July, but if you have your own business, if I'm running Giles's souvenir shop, you know, or the TRE official, well, you know, if I'm running my little business, I've got 2 months to get everything ready. What if I don't have sort of software or anything yet?
That's exactly the situation. I mean, the period is designed to help the small organizations, small businesses, get everything in place. They need to speak with their software providers, learn how to use the new systems, and make sure all their invoices will be transmitted correctly. It's not a long time, that's true, so it's important to start early. The Spanish tax office expects everyone to be ready by the time Verifactu becomes mandatory. And once it does, the use of non-approved systems will no longer be allowed.
Okay, so here we go. What happens? I can see this coming because we love them all, don't we? Okay, what happens if you don't comply with Verifactu? Tell me, come on.
Do you really need to answer that question?
No, I don't. But to be transparent and balance argument, yeah.
Sorry for the bad news, but
it's a monster, isn't it?
Yes.
Go on.
It will be 50,000 euros for the most serious for self-employed or companies. But here the problem is for the software providers. The software providers are the person who have the responsibility to provide a software that complies with Verifactu. So in case that they are not doing the things properly, they could have a penalty of 150,000 euros. That is a big amount for a company.
I can see why we brought the IT boffins in for today's show. Obviously, okay. So, if I'm a self-employed film director or film it, whatever down here, if I'm using software if I use software that isn't approved by Hacienda, presumably, and there will be a list, I hope, am I going to get fined if I use illegal software or software that isn't recognised?
Yes, you can. You could be fined if you don't use it.
Okay, fair enough. So now we've put the fear of whatever into everybody, because this is for people listening who are self-employed or you've got a small business, or we always talk about that sort of mum and those, I'll have a property management company, or I'll do something in my I'm sort of semi-retired but I want to keep my hand in the business. I mean, are you going to have to? What's the best way to start preparing for this, Rob? Come on, help.
The first step is you've got to talk to your invoicing software provider. It's that simple. Ask them if their system is officially certified by the tax office before Verifactu becomes mandatory. Using certified software will be essential. Next, after that, you need to review your internal procedures. From 2026, every invoice you issue will need a unique identifying number or QR code, a line of text stating that it complies with Verifacto, and a system that automatically sends the data to the tax office in real time.
And about, presumably as well, you've got to keep this won't be retrospective, but they're going to need to be able to look back, don't they, for a period of time as well, because otherwise,
Yeah, that's right. I mean, businesses will need to keep their invoicing records safely for at least 4 years. So part of the preparation will be checking that your software can store, protect, and back up your data securely. So you can see how the responsibility is on the software providers in all this. Your responsibility is to ensure that they are compliant, but they also have to be compliant in everything that they do.
Yeah, but you're going to have to say to your software provider, I want to see a certificate, I want to see because if you are using a software provider that isn't compliant, you could get a €50,000 fine as well, couldn't you? At the highest level.
At the highest level, yeah.
To put it mildly, this sounds like a lot. Were we warned about this? I'm not being thinking, but this sounds like an awful lot of change to suddenly kind of appear. Helio, help us here. Come on.
Well, for the smallest self-employers and the small companies, it will be a big change, especially if you are doing the things manually. If you are using an Excel or if you are using a Word to issue your invoices, in that case, will be a big change because you need to have a software that communicate with the tax office to comply the Verifacto rules. Sure. So. That for us is I don't recommend the people to take that like a problem. I mean, that's a way to modernize your system and try a way to be in the current times, when we have all the communication in real time, no? So as for that people that they are that they use it that they usually make their invoices in Word or Excel or simple paper or writing in paper, we have been researching the market to find which is the best solution, and also a solution which could be focused in the foreign peoples, in the expat that live here in Spain, no? And we found the best solution is quantum economic. This is a bookkeeping system that allows the people to issue their invoices. It's very simple to use, and you don't need bookkeeping knowledge. And of course, also you don't need to know the Spanish bookkeeping knowledge, no? So it's very simple. You have to fill in a screen with the data of the invoice, so you can issue your invoice. In Spence Clarke, we have made a review of several systems, to find that. And it's in English. It's the name is Quantum Economics. It's online. I think Rob can tell you more information about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an accounting and invoicing platform that will help clients meet all the Verifacto requirements, and it connects directly with the tax office. So, like we said, the invoices can be sent in real time. What makes it special is it doesn't just focus on compliance. It gives the users a complete view of their finances. So there's dashboards that show income, expenses, and results in one place, and they can access it from anywhere. It's accessible online and keeps everything updated automatically. In short, Quantum helps clients stay compliant, they stay organized, and it saves time. It brings together invoicing, accounting, and reporting in one easy-to-use platform.
Is it user-friendly? I mean, how user-friendly is it? And because that's people are going to go, I mean, is it relative? Is it,
Yeah, I think if you can use Word and you can use Excel, you can pretty much use the majority of the functionalities within the system.
Okay.
And it is intuitive to a certain level. So if you want to progress a bit further, you can.
So, I mean, this is more than just a compliance tool.
Yes. Basically, it's you will have all the information of your business in real time. Going a little back, it's very easy to use as the user scanning an invoice and drag the invoice into the system. The system will recognize the information of the invoice and will create the accounting entry. Also, regarding the bank, if you have a company and you have the bank transactions, you can import an Excel with all the bank transactions, and the system will recognize the accounts, and the system will allocate the accounts into the Spanish, according to the Spanish rules. So it's for a person that has zero knowledge in bookkeeping, it's really, really easy to use, and also it's in English. So that is the best of all.
I suppose if you're getting your information for your business in real time, it will help you understand what you've got coming in, what you've got going out. And I suppose at a certain level, it will give you a discipline for invoicing. I mean, here's an interesting one, because what impact do you think this is going to have on the economy in Spain as a whole?
That's a question. Well, I mean, that's difficult to quantify.
The day after the budget, but there you go.
Yeah. What a budget. Anyway. That's difficult to quantify. I mean, what we can say is that Verifactu forms part of Spain's broader move towards digital taxation. By collecting information in real time, the government reduces fraud, it improves the accuracy of tax records, and it speeds up processes that previously took months. For businesses, this means less paperwork and more certainty about what has been reported. Over time, the system should help create a fairer business environment where everyone pays their share and diligent taxpayers are not disadvantaged. It also brings Spain into line with the rest of Europe, where real-time reporting is becoming the standard. Once everything is in place, the interaction between businesses and the tax office will be simpler, clearer and more efficient.
So it's not just a case of Spain going out of one here. This is actually being used elsewhere in Europe. So not just wanting to bring this in because we know how Hacienda has fallen in love with digital signatures, with apps, they Hacienda have become the biggest fanboys and girls of everything digital.
Yeah, but you've got to remember the EU has been promoting the digitization of Europe for several years now. And there are many funds in the EU to actually make this process happen for all the countries. So in many respects, Spain is looking at this as an opportunity.
I mean, if you run a small business in Spain, okay, you might just think that this is yet another bit of administration that you have to do. I mean, how can they handle this change, Elio?
If you are doing the bookkeeping manually, there is a big possibility that you make errors. We are humans, and the humans make errors. If you handle the bookkeeping electronically, as I mentioned it before, scanning invoice, import data, the number of the errors will reduce. So this new system is focused to make less errors and to register the transactions correctly and according to the rules.
And presumably, you won't have to think, now, where is that invoice or where is that document? It's in the folio, it's in the file at the back behind there, and it's 2000, and that one was there, and the orders are all, because we know what fun, what a joy it is to present. and obviously, they will have the same data, so it should make any arguments or any discrepancies. It's there. Yes,
you will have an storage in real time, so you can go 5-6 years back and you can find an invoice so that you receive it, or you can find a payment that you make to a supplier, to compare with the same payment that you have to do now. So it's a very good source of data.
I suppose the thing is, it's like everything new. Everybody is going to go, oh, for goodness sake. But once you start using it, then you get into the discipline, and then it becomes part of the normal process.
Correct. And also you will see the results in real time. At the moment you are entering invoices, you will know your figures. So you will have a cash flow, for example. So you can know how much money you have in the bank, how much money you have in the pocket. So you can make new investments, or you can make more payments, or you can develop another part. So it's a very good source of data to take decision in your business.
This is being done for the good of people. I know it's not something. It's not a disciplinary thing. Before we wrap up today, what advice are we giving people to I'm saying anybody referring? I mean, so this is for autonomous, self-employed, and businesses. Yeah, both small and large. So all the big companies, all the real estate companies down here, all the single traders, all the people who've got home management, property management companies. This is going to affect you basically next year. So what advice can we give people who may not have even heard that Verifactu was about to be installed or become part of our business life in 2026?
I mean, it has been mentioned for a few years now that this process was going to happen. The timelines have changed because of implementation, deadlines, etc. But the advice I would give is start early. It's that simple. Don't wait until 2026 to look into it. And it's one of these classic situations where procrastination is not your friend. Yeah? Speak to your software provider this year.
Yeah.
Check if they're planning to certify their system and begin reviewing your invoicing procedures. Make sure your data is well organized and your records are consistent. If you work with an advisor, ask them to help you understand what Verifactu would mean for your particular business.
Presumably, if you speak to your software provider and they say Verifactu and they reply, he's a Roman emperor, then you're going to have to change your software provider.
I think that's a flag.
That's a flag. That's what you should be worried about. But it's not just about, is it? It's not just about compliance. It's not just about,
No, it's to make your business smaller and competitive. Is the idea of to use this new system. You have to adapt to the new times. You have to taking into your business all the new positive things that the computers and all the new elements are in the market. So you have to absorb that to take the decision accordingly with what the figures of your business are telling you.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to make your business more transparent. It's going to make it more, hopefully, efficient. At least you will know where your business actually is rather than what you think your business, and that's the way you can go for the future. So whether we like it or not, yeah. But I mean, presumably, speak with the software provider first of all, because if you don't have a verified system, then that's going to be a big problem as well. If people, because you presumably have tests, you've done road tests on this, you've checked it out, you're the guys who know. So what is the first step? Just have an informal sort of chat with Spence Clarke. How what would you if you were me? There's a thought. What would your first step be?
Well, the first step is talk to your service provider.
Yeah.
If you're in a position where you are in doubt about whether they can provide this service to you,
yeah,
then yes, seek an advisor like Spence Clarke, who will talk you through the steps that you need to take, and we will give you advice to say what are the practical steps that you need to do and the timeframes that you need to do it in.
Well, once again, guys, great to have you. Just give me the website address, because it is excellent. There's lots of good stuff on there, including the blogs, which are written by human beings, which is rather nice, and they're very readable.
Yeah, it's www.spenceclarke.com.
And remember, procrastination
is not your friend.
As always. You see, we're missing out on a line of merchandise here, I think, for the Spence Clarke T-shirts, or for bobble hats, just in time for Christmas. Listen, Rob and Elio, great to see you again.
Thank
great
you.
Memory, Elio. Absolutely superb.
A pressure.
For Spence Clarke, as always, listen, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, anybody who's running a business or a sole trader, if you're autonomous, you have to get involved with this, because as you know, there is nothing that they don't like more than a mortar. So, as I said before, this is called Verifactu. Speak to our friends at Spence Clarke. They are, as you can tell, they are friendly and approachable. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.